I cannot see sincerely how can
Mhm.
somebody adapt a Protestant faith and still be proud of being Hispanic in its history when it's
Yeah.
basically the church with
It
boots.
hits a
You know what I'm
wall. It hits a wall. I've met them. There are people who are curious. They happen to be Protestant, but they're curious about the Hispanic, but the history. And then it hits a wall at some point. You have a conversation about some pope or some Catholic dogma or the Virgin Mary, and all of a sudden it just unravels. See these prejudices come out, these black legends toward the Catholic Church come out. They just lose their composure, and the sensationalism
saying?
starts out. I've seen it lots of times. We're always trying to invite and welcome, but there comes a point where they're going to have to understand some biblical theology and also historical Christianity, because this is not just like our personal interpretation of the Bible, which is what their pastors are doing. That's what
Right.
Protestantism is, just personal interpretations of the Bible. No, this is historical Christianity that has been ongoing, continuing. And that's the one thing Protestants can never tell me, the ones that are anti-Catholic, they can never tell me when did this Roman Catholic Church start. And they say,
Right.
some say Constantine, some say a certain council. Then I have references like, but here we have popes, we have councils before then. The Bible wasn't even ready by then. It didn't come till like the Council of Rome in 382. So like in
Right.
the authorized by Pope, canonized by the Catholic Church, the church you're hating on so much. So doesn't this contradicts? Doesn't this contradict? Can't you see this contradiction in your own way of living? I used to be Protestant for like 6 months, right, before becoming Catholic. And I had a lot of these questions. Yeah. And but this is why this Hispanicity work is so easy for me, right? Talking about our culture and our heritage, right? It's
Right.
easier to defend because people are not as invested in responding so personally about it, because God demands that we live a certain way. And the Catholic Church is the messenger. Some people can't get over that. If they don't respect the authority, then it's hard for them to hear that. It's easy for for people to get emotional and start responding and just no, 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 This whole Hispanic work is tied into Catholicism. It actually helps the Catholic Church in the end of the day, because
Mm.
there's a lot of the same enemies and same stereotypes that are reflected on the Spanish history that is also applied to the Catholic Church. Things like the Spanish Inquisition, which are completely exaggerated. It's just not quite what we think. There's a lot that needs to be debunked from all the frontiers,
Like
because they use it
it's
in arguments too. They use it to justify not coming to the Catholic Church. They'll say, "Why the Catholic? Who was the Catholic Church to judge me when they did X, Y, Z?" Right? But the
right.
reality is, they're arguing from a lie or an exaggerated, out of context situation. Everything else that they love and defend went through that same process as well. They have a dark side too. Nothing is black and white. So
Mm.
that's what I'm saying. When you start to reveal these historical facts, or you contextualize it appropriately, it unravels their arguments completely. They have nothing else. They can't stand on anything.